talk about Wockhardt. The stock has done very, very well of late, and the company had done a fundraise of around 480 crore rupees via the QIP route. The stock yesterday was higher, and to understand more about how is business shaping up, we're joined by Mr. Korakiwala, the chairman of Wockhardt, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Korakiwala. Good morning, and good to have you on the show after a while. Well, let's sort out a couple of quick issues first before we get to business prospects. You have raised this money via the QIP. What will it be used for? And how do you see your debt number come down from current levels?
I think one of the purpose of this QIP was to reduce the debt, and about 110 crores debt, which is there in the Indian books, external debts, will be paid. The other important use of the fund would be for my R&D program for 5222, which is in phase 3 clinical trial. We intend to complete this sometime early next year and then file it globally in US, Europe, and all other countries in the world. So these are the main uses of our QIP, and obviously the balance would be for corporate purposes.
Okay, all right. So a couple of quick questions, Mr. Korakiwala, then on both these two aspects. 110 crores will be used to repay debt. So what does the debt number come down to? And, the 5222, what is the progress out there? What is the potential? And by when could we see some financial impact?
See, our domestic debt will come down other than working capital to zero. With that, we will have only another debt at Wockhardt Bio level, which is about $25 million that will remain. The second thing is, if 5222, we expect the phase 3, which is more than 60% patients are covered, to be completed sometime early next year. And then we will be filing later part of the year to US, Europe, and other countries for approval. And we expect the approval to come sometime in early 26.
Okay.
We intend to market... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir, on that point about the timelines. And also, if you could just add a point about the entire potential, the opportunity, although it will materialize only 26 onwards.
See, as far as our new drug discovery antibiotic program is concerned, our first product would be 4873, which is lanfeothromycin, which we will be getting approval sometime during this year and marketing in India. This is the oral antibiotic drug for pneumonia, and this will be promoted to primarily communicated to specialists like chest specialists, ENT. And this class of a drug is coming after nearly 30 years in the global market. And the resistance of some of the existing drugs like azithromycin is as high as 60%. So we believe there would be a great opportunity for this molecule in India.
And what's the potential, sir? So if you could also give us some size of the market, some sort of revenue potential perhaps that you're working with at this point for this pneumonia drug?
I can tell you the prescription potential of specialists and ENT specialists and the chest specialists is of the order of about 35 million prescription per year. So that is the potential we are really focusing on, where they prescribe for respiratory infection, mainly for pneumonia. So we expect a very fast takeoff of this molecule by then. Secondly, about 1/3 or about 25 to 38% of patients needs to be hospitalized today of pneumonia because some of the oral drugs don't work. And that is also an additional reason why one would eliminate the hospitalization with 4873.
Right. So that's one important one for you this year. Just give us an update also on 771, which is Emroc and Emroc-O, where the approvals were received in 2019. So what stage is this drug in? And again, similar sort of question in terms of revenue implications, potential market size.
The Emroc-O is we introduced some time back. It was an improvement on existing treatment. And we expect sale of something of the order of about 70 to 80 crores this year of Emroc, and it will touch triple figure following years, more than 100 crores.
All right, Mr. Korakiwala, you've given us a sense about how things are shaping up and in terms of these new launches that will come about, say, in the next 18 to 24 months. But in the near term, I wanted to understand, your debt will come down, so you'll save on some interest cost as well. When does Wockhardt turn profitable yet again? Because on a quarterly basis, you're doing roughly, I think, 700 crores odd of revenues, margins of roughly around 5 to 6%. But at the bottom line, it's a net loss. So how do you see margins shape up from here on, and which quarter do you turn profitable?
We believe that by year end, we should be even out as far as our cash outflow is concerned, including our interest costs. So that would be their position. And thereafter, we'll become profitable. One of the things is there will be initial investment required to launch these new molecules also during the current year.
So by the end of this calendar year, all those costs will be out. So should we say by the end of this fiscal, second half of this fiscal, Wockhardt starts delivering profits?
I believe so. It will happen.
Okay. And what about, sir, margins? Your Q3 margins were about 5.3%. As the company turns profitable, say in the next 4 quarters, what would the margins look like? Is there scope to improve margins?
See, we will see the impact of margins coming out of after the launch of both these molecules in India in next 12 months, 5222 and 4873. And one would see a significant increase in margin coming up in the following year, 25-26, and we would show a good profit during that year. And we are also getting some traction on the arrangement which we had with Serum on vaccine manufacturing. And very likely this revenue one would see coming up significantly in 25-26.
Okay. So, Mr. Korakiwala, all things equal, just give us an outlook on FY25. We've spoken about a couple of these drugs that should be adding to your top line. Overall, what is the kind of revenue growth that you envisage, and just how do you think the year can play out with respect to the operating level, the margin as well?
I think we will have a top line growth of about 20% plus during the year, and our margin improvement would be at least 3 to 4 basis points more than the previous period.
Okay. So now that you're expecting these 2 big launches in India, what would the revenue contribution of India go up to? And if you could just give us your expectation of how the various geographies will perform.
I think in the immediate future, these products would be marketed in India. Following year, we will be registering this product in the emerging markets, and the revenue will come after that. Once we complete our clinical on phase 3, clinical on 5222, we would be seeking a partnership with the global pharma for the Western market like US and Europe. And simultaneously, we will be applying for the registration of this molecule.
Mr. Korakiwala, final question before we let you go. Business, it seems you're pretty much in control, and you've given us the outlook for this year. I think 20% growth on the revenues, margins improve by 200 to 300 basis points, and you'll turn profitable in the second half of the year. But just wanted some clarification. Some part of the street believes that maybe there could be a potential deal on Wockhardt. Any intention or any kind of, you want to respond to those rumors, whether Wockhardt is on the block or not?
I generally would not like to comment on this, but I can prima facie say there is no such discussion.
Thanks for clarifying that, sir. Appreciate you joining in and giving us all of those details. We look forward to updates with regard to those new launches that you're talking about, and we'll also hold you at this guidance that you've just given.